Victoria for SlurpVision. I'm here with Lievens, winemaker of Jacques Picard, one of our favorite grower champagnes. And thank you so much for joining us and having a lovely tasting of your champagnes today. I'd love to ask you a few questions further about the wines. Can you tell us first of all about Jacques Picard as a winery?
Jacques Picard was my father-in-law, and Corinne, his daughter, and me, we work since now Corinne since 20 years and me since 15 years on this family estate. Lovely place, 6 kilometers from Reims, and third generation after Roger and Jacques on the estate.
How does a small producer like yourself, like a grower champagne, compare to some of the bigger champagne houses? Because grower champagnes are really becoming quite popular and trendy, and everybody seems to be wanting to drink these now. But can you explain how this compares to the big houses in champagne?
What we call in French propriétaire récoltant, we can sign our bottle, okay? That's very important, because from the plant, from the vine to the bottle, we do by ourselves, and we don't buy grapes, we don't buy juice or something else. We put in the bottle and sell only wine come from the estate. That's the main idea. And we have family estate, so we can keep an eye on each step of the production.
Right, so you're really carefully watching every step of the way. And the difference being from a big champagne house, something you'd see in a supermarket is maybe they're buying the grapes, and what's the difference?
Yeah, they're buying the grapes and make a blend after. For us, it's every time the same vineyard, of course, so we don't change the vineyard, we keep the same terroir, we have the continuity and the traceability and the grapes and the bottle.
It's kind of like artisanal touch to the wine.
It's an artisanal touch,
definitely. And just one question, I mean, for people who like champagne but aren't exactly an expert, what do you think people have to look for in a good champagne? How do they recognize a good champagne?
I think it's, in fact, delicateness, okay, balance in the mouth, pleasure, of course, because we do wine for pleasure of people, and just creamy taste, and complexity when you're going up in the range, when you're going up from a non-vintage, when you're going up to a vintage, you want more complexity, more aromatic sensation, okay, and after you find more pleasure, of course.
You mentioned before that what you really look for is also kind of the small bubbles in the champagne. Can you explain just briefly, how is champagne made?
Champagne, first of all, is a still wine in a still tank or barrels, as you want, okay? After we blend, okay, different origin of vineyard, different grape varieties, different years for non-vintage, and after this blend, we're bottling this blend with some yeast and sugar, and we have a second fermentation inside the bottle. The bottle is closed, so the carbonic gas from this second fermentation became bubbles and creates the pressure and creates the bubbles inside the bottle. Then we have to eliminate by the degorgement, take out the yeast, okay?
Very intensive process.
Yeah, very intensive. I think we touch bottles so many times. Between still wine, we have to touch a bottle, to manipulate the bottle many times.
Yeah, and it's a long process to create the final product.
So, remuage, okay, degorgement, dosage, make a brut, etc. And then we keep the bottle 6 months more for us, okay, to have good mix between the dosage and the wine, and after they're ready to sell, labeling and ready to sell.
Very good.
Ready to drink.
For you, I mean, you're coming from Champagne region, you're around Champagne all the time, but what is Champagne to you? I mean, when do you choose to drink it, or when do you recommend drinking it?
I think champagne is a wine for friends, it's a wine to share something. We have to drink. We drink wine for the happiness, because we create something. It's a pleasure to see somebody, and pleasure after for the gastronomy, of course, who arrive and you want to continue your champagne from the aperitif, you can find the champagne for special food, or good occasion can be good for champagne.
Excellent. Well, please click on the bottles that you see for an individual tasting review by Jose and myself.